Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. The Right Group, the right way to buy and sell real estate. Mark Macknick, Chicagoland Tax Professionals. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Lake Central High School as the Region Sports Network presents live video coverage of Indiana High School boys basketball as the visiting Chesterton Trojans take on the host Lake Central Indians. My name is Mike Dewan. I have the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast, and joining me with the color analysis once again on another Friday night, it's Mr. Jay Simmons. Hello, Jay.
Hey, how's it going there, Mike? A good game. We're going to have, I think, a very exciting game. It's all going to, I think, it all going to hinge on the big men and how they play inside. Lake Central is going to be very limited in the number of players they have that can match up size-wise as compared to Chesterton, who has numerous guys that can play inside. Let's see if they can keep up. Lake Central can keep up. And also, can they keep the Chesterton players off the boards? They have been dominant on the boards all season long.
Jay, and as you mentioned, again, yes, there's going to be talent all across the floor. Don't get us wrong on that, but more so, you could be as talented as ever, but how do you respond to adversity? And both of these teams have kind of faced that within this past week. We were here last Friday for Lake Central. They got out to that blistering start in the first quarter. What happened then against Valparaiso? Again, they kind of fell flat for the final three quarters, and they dropped that game.
Yes, they did. I saw a stat. One of the coaches sent me a stat. They were 2 for 20 from the three-point line on their home floor. We know it was cold outside, but it was just as cold inside that night, and they were shooting poorly and they had a lot of great looks. Lake Central, when they get into their offense, they create a lot of open looks, and they had a lot of open looks that night, but nobody could take the Pringles lid off the basket from the three-point line for Lake Central. And you said you were at the Crown Point Chesterton game. Right,
which again, now we flipped the other side of the coin, and they got some adversity over there as well. Again, you're going into the week. We're thinking Friday, okay, we're playing Crown Point. All right, we're going to have a little bit more time to prepare after the weather knocked that game out until Monday. They took on Crown Point, and it was all Bulldogs in that one. That was the Chesterton Trojans last game. And Jay, I've been speaking from at least me from being there. It was all Crown Point, really. Chesterton, and talking with Coach Urban, he said there was a lot of things that really weren't ran well in that game. Not a lot went right against Crown Point. Giving up 84 points, typically a good Chesterton defense. They can't allow that in a game against Lake Central, who, again, both these teams, Jay, are just looking in the mirror, trying to get back in the win column on this Duneland Friday.
Yeah, one of the keys for Coach Urban was they've got to get back into their offense. They got to stay in rhythm. And Crown Point defensively knocked them off that rhythm, and they just could not get into a flow the entire game against Crown Point.
All right, we'll take a quick break here on the Region Sports Network. Jay Simmons and I will be back to break down more of the pregame coverage. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Awesome. Back here reporting live from Lake Central. A note to our Chesterton viewers, George's original Euro spot is presenting RSN game night coverage of tonight's Chesterton game against Lake Central right here on the Region Sports Network. Euros, of course, not limited to only Chesterton fans as well. Good Euros, and one place to find one, Jay, is the original George's Euro spot in Chesterton, 219-926-5435. Before we get into more of the pregame coverage between Lake Central and Chesterton, we got the Friday night forecast, Jay.
Hey, let's do it. Hey, the one thing is, Mike, you're already making me hungry. I didn't have a chance to get something to eat. Now I'm thinking Euros.
Right? I know. It's going to be a long night here, but a good basketball game in front of us. Before we break down a little bit more, we got to talk about the Economy Electric Heating and Cooling Friday night forecast. Apparently there were some snow flurries in the mix. We saw some a little bit ago looking at the back of our window right behind us here, but I think it's kind of dimmed down. And St. John, at least, it's 11 degrees, cloudy skies. We might have some chances of snowfall later in the evening, so of course, still going to be cold regardless with how things have been going, so be sure to bundle up, stay safe. If anything goes wrong, be sure to call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling with a 24/7 emergency service. Comfort isn't too far away. Again, Mike DeWan, Jay Simmons in the house at Lake Central, as well as Nick Russ, doing a great job on production as we gear up and get ready to go for some good Duneland hoops, Jay. We'll start with the visiting Chesterton Trojans. Again, coming into this one, 12-3. We talked about their lone conference loss. They're 2-1 in the DAC. Their lone conference loss to Crown Point. Still a state-ranked team. They're at the 14-13 range in the polls. A team, again, like we said in the open, looking to bounce back. A team that's a lot of solid pieces all across the board. I mean, we could start with Bradley Basilla, a sophomore, but Logan Picorni, 16 points per game as well. Jalen Watts as well, double-digit score. And, of course, you're led by a great coach on their sidelines, Mark Urban.
And you got to look at Logan Piconki, 44% from the three-point line. Their team is 40% from the three-point line. So when they do get looks, they bang them home, and then you cannot let them settle up at the three-point line and get them. And one of the keys for Lake Central was to move them off of their spots, get a hand in their face, make them work for those open looks. And if they do get a look, get a hand in their face. Don't let them get those 3 points at 40%.
Yeah, talking with Coach Urban heading into this game, Jay, one of his big points of emphasis. We can't allow 84 points like we did on Monday against Crown Point.
Yeah, defensively they've got to pick it up, and they may try and go a little bit more full court pressure, force some Lake Central into some turnovers. Defensively, Chesterton has been forcing 13 turnovers a game, and for themselves only 10 turnovers a game. So a nice little differential right there on the turnovers.
Now for the host Indians, Jay, the team coming into this one 9-5, 1-2 in the conference. They're led by the third-year head coach Ryan Sexton, who again, this is a team that, as competitive as this Duneland race has been, Lake Central's been a pleasant surprise this year, although it was quite a hot start, and this team is hoping to kind of rebound and kind of snowball their way into a successful tournament run. Again, we said it, I think, last week, this exact same phrase, but Noah Enyard kind of leads the charge, the straw that stirs the drink up there in front. And then one piece that's hoping to really kind of get things going is number 0, Cooper Cronky. At the very least, he's going to give you some 94 feet of total defense.
Yeah, he was one of the guys that was shooting ice cold from the three-point line, Cronky, and he's averaging 8 points a game, and he's also averaging 3 assists every game. And like you said, he's the guy that stirs the drink, moving the ball and distributing it throughout the players for the Lake Central Indians.
All right, we're going to step aside one last time. We'll be back with the starting lineups, and before you know it, it'll be tip-off here at Lake Central High School. We'll be back here. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here on the Region Sports Network, the lights go off. The starters for Chesterton were announced and goes as follows. TJ Ray, Logan Picorni lead things in the backcourt, as well as Jalen Watts. And the two boys up front, very, very tall out there with Bradley Basila, the sophomore, and Caden Schneider, the 6'7" senior.
Yeah, Bradley Basilla averaging 12 points a game coming as a sophomore, also 5 rebounds a game.
He's also 6'7", so we talked about kind of last week, and we saw a similar matchup in kind of terms of the height disparity between Valparaiso and Lake Central as well. And now going to be interesting to see how, again, we look at kind of Lake Central's front court with Noah Enyart and Evan Geller.
Yeah,
how are they going to kind of combat those two front court men of Chesterton?
One of the keys for those two guys is to make sure they stay out of foul trouble early, because when they come out of the lineup, they go small at the number 4 spot.
Yeah, Noah Enyart, our play of the game last week, although it was a slugfest, 40-31 in favor of Valparaiso. The play of the game was that 5th foul, a charge drawn on Noah Enyart, ended his night early. Now the starting lineup for the Lake Central Indians. Cooper Kroenke leads things off at the guard position, a fellow senior at the guard. David Aguilera, 7 points per game. Number 24, Jacob Billmeyer. This is an older lineup for Lake Central. Another senior, Billmeyer is. Another senior. This time, Noah Enyart. 16 points per game, north of 8 boards per game. And stop us, you heard us now, another senior, 6'5", Evan Geller. Good complimentary piece. To help out Enyart in the front court. Chesterton in their all blacks, Lake Central in the home whites.
Definitely, you've got to look at Lake Central. One of the keys Coach Sexton let us know was, that we can't let them get into their flow of offense, can't let them get into that rhythm, just similarly to what Crown Point did to them. They've got to pressure that ball just as bad as Crown Point did.
Basilla wins the tip for the Trojans as they take over. Again, big shout out to Georgia's Originals Euro spot in Chesterton for making Trojan basketball happen. Good spot over there for your Chesterton viewers. They swing it to the corner. Here's Watts down to Basilla. Trapped by a couple Lake Central defenders. Will get it back out. Right to the corner. Here's Picorni.
Good defensive rotation by Lake Central.
Good start here for the Tribe. Corner 3 for Basilla. Back iron rebound Lake Central. Evan Geller averaging north of 5 boards per night.
And he did a nice job boxing his man out.
Swing it around. Here's Enyart, not afraid to put the ball on the floor. Listed at 6'5", listed as a forward. He has guard capabilities.
Yeah, he does love to take that ball off the dribble and create points.
And a full senior starting lineup for Lake Central. A lot of experience compared to Chesterton. Slow possession here for LC. They swing it around a team that's not afraid to move the ball as well. Trying to find a good shot, a team that averages 57 points a game. They swing it to the corner. Kroenke. Good dribble move by Aguilera. Kroenke for 3. That one runs long. Fought for, rebound initially grabbed by Chesterton, then fought for by Kroenke, following up his shot.
Yeah, Kroenke, nice hustle play right there. Getting that ball stolen away from the defense.
2.3 steals per game for Kroenke. Now a good look inside after the bounce pass, no good. Rebound goes to Picorni. He pushes the action. Snyder top key. Dribble handoff there. Good aggressive defense there from Lake Central. Kroenke once again. Just fun to watch. Here's Jalen Watts, a spark plug. Corner 3 for Chesterton. That's front iron. Good box out there by Billmeyer, who's got the rebound.
Yeah, nice job right there. Again, both teams starting out cold here. Sort of reminds me of the last game I did here.
I was with you for that one.
Yes, you were, and it was minus 15 outside. It might have been even colder in here for the way they were shooting.
Oh, 2 minutes in, 0-0. Jay Simmons pulling no punches here on this Friday evening. Season of giving is over. Dribble handoff attempted, but no good there. And that time stolen away by Chesterton. Basilla gets it up the floor. Watts gets Chesterton on the board first.
Yeah, nice job. Defense right there by Chesterton created points, and Watts gets the easy layup.
Now the Trojans put on a little bit of pressure. Now here's Enyart. Not afraid to dribble, as we've mentioned. Here's Aguilera, guarded by Watts. Now Kroenke, guarded tightly as well. Good entry pass to Geller, going up amongst the trees. No good. Good defense by Basilla.
Yeah, Basilla did not budge when Geller tried to get inside.
Basilla's been such a bright spot in only his second year with the Trojans. Quite the story with him. Kind of a mid-season acquisition last year. Kind of moved in and joined the program and is kind of with flying colors now. 3 underway and good from Picorni. The flamethrower keeps up what's been a fun senior season.
Yeah, you're talking about it. We talked about it in the pregame. 44% from three-point land, continues to stay hot.
Just an absolute threat, a piece to watch out for that could really light up the scoreboard. Here's Enyart against Snyder. Good closeout on Kroenke. And miscommunication there. Looked to go dribble handoff. Bill Meyer thought otherwise. Now here's Watts on the other end. Foul on that end of the floor. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, it looked like Cooper Kroenke with the foul right there. Certainly don't want no Enyart getting that one this early in the first quarter.
And now, as you mentioned, Jay, yes, there's fouls, but one thing that we talked with the coaches beforehand and one thing that benefits the Trojans is they kind of run an 8-person lineup, while Lake Central, on the other hand, their bench is a little bit smaller.
Yes, 6.5.
I think that's
well, you got to throw it at half in there. And here they go, Chesterton with a line change.
So there you go. Like they kind of run, a kind of a rotation of 8 players. So,
yes.
And we see this here. Again, in comes Malachi Ransom, an award winner from Monday's game. A very big spark plug off the bench as the second free throw is good. Some good minutes as well. Could really give the big guys a rest down low. Gunnar Ello played very well against Crown Point.
They're Lake Central, especially at the big guy spot. They only got really 2, and they're going to have to be careful about how they rotate them, make sure they don't pick up fouls.
Cooper Hewig is also in the ball game for Chesterton in that 3-man line change. 7-0 in favor of the Trojans here in the first quarter, about halfway through. Now good inside pass there. Scoop layup is good, plus the foul. That's Agent Zero, Cooper Kroenke.
Agent Zero, love it. Evan Geller with a nice little feed to Kroenke. He takes it to the basket, lays it up, gets fouled, and was able to get the bucket to go in. Old-fashioned three-point play coming up right here.
Tough finish, and more importantly, the first foul on Bradley Basilla. An imposing presence down low for the Trojans. Converts the three-point play as Kroenke getting Lake Central on the board. It's nice to see him kind of get going.
Yes.
Just hit a shot, although it's not from your typical three-point range. Just see the ball go in the basket. The long 3 for Hewig. That one's off the mark. Rebound, Geller, and saved. Here comes the Tribe.
Yeah, Geller, nice job. Turned around to look to make sure he wasn't passing it to the opposing team as he threw the ball back in.
Now Lake Central will swing it around here. Bill Meyer to Enyart. Enyart takes the screen from Geller and gets it to Aguilera. Enyart guarded tightly by Basilla. Kroenke off of a screen. That one rims out. Flying up for the rebound is Watsu. Looked to touch it last. Down a little confusion there.
Well,
I don't know if he thought Lake Central batted it out. He might have
no,
been
I think he was already out of bounds, and he couldn't. His feet were on the out of bounds line, and he couldn't reach back in without the whistle blowing.
If only we were in the opposite corner, that would have been a great vantage point
yes.
here for us. Lake Central retains possession now 7-3 with 3 minutes to go here in the first frame.
Hey, that's why I got the binoculars out for basketball games.
There you go. Mike Dewan alongside me. Jay Simmons' ball is batted away there at that time by Basilla.
Still a good defensive hustle right there.
Nick Russ in the house as well here at Lake Central, our on-site producer. Couple games on the Region Sports Network tonight. We'll be sure to fill you in as we proceed this evening. Couple Duneland games, a fun weekend here.
Basilla looked like he got a little finger on that ball to block it away from the basket.
Shot was certainly altered as Chesterton takes over. Good drive there from Bill Meyer, but that physically imposing presence down low, playing with that one foul. Here's Malachi Ransom. Was in double digits against Crown Point on Monday. That time a foul there on the perimeter, that time picked up by David Aguilera.
Yeah, looks like a little shove right there. The ball handle was handling on the ball.
The team's second, Aguilera's first. Geller checks out of the ball game. And in comes for his first minutes Christian Martinez, the sophomore. Could be a very bright piece moving forward. He's had a couple big Duneland Conference games so far in his sophomore season. Only played 2 games in his freshman year, so that's already their sophomore season's a win.
We notice all of a sudden Lake Central gets really small in a hurry.
Here's Basila against Enyart. Pump fake. That one rims out. Rebound, Ello. Ello goes up strong and gets the deuce.
Yeah, Ello, great job positioning himself. 6'5", junior, gets the rebound and the putback.
Just about 3 boards and 3 points per game, but high-quality look there off the putback. And had some great minutes against Crown Point on Monday. Enyart goes up strong, but swatted away by Basila. Now the Trojans look to run.
Good defense right there by Lake Central to slow the pace down.
I'll dump down in there to Ransom. Basila, that ball looks like it'll be a backcourt. So we think, and it will. Coach Urban was vouching for a deflection there on Kroenke, but can't sell that one.
No, he couldn't. He looked like a used car salesman on the sidelines over there.
He tried.
Yes, he did.
He tried.
I got this model for you.
Of course. Of course, Coach Urban had quite the time here as well, right, in the girls' basketball world.
Yes, he did.
And has done some great things at Chesterton. Again, up until this point, 187 and 59 in 10 years at Chesterton. State runner-up finish as well, a couple sectionals to their name. Not too bad. Good entry pass down low to Enyart. Goes up strong against Ello and gets that one to fall.
Good physicality by Enyart right there, being able to put that ball back up right through the defense.
Enyart's someone you could just about pencil for at least 10 points, and that time a steal here from Lake Central. They look to run, and a double dribble. As Malachi Ransom just cleared Christian Martinez on a potential block attempt.
Yes, he did. A lot of little football action going on out there, but
tough dead ball turnover there for Lake Central.
Yeah, just a little mishandling of the ball. Seems like he wanted to pass it one step too soon.
Caught in no man's land, they say. Now 58.3 seconds left, 9-5 in favor of the visitors. Nicely packed gym here tonight.
Yes.
Some Duneland basketball action. Trojans looking to get back in the Duneland race, while Lake Central's hoping to kind of shake up the party against a state-ranked opponent. Ello inside. That one's swatted away by Enyart. Ball's batted out of bounds. It'll be Lake Central basketball.
Yeah, nice job defensively by Enyart, recovering and being able to get a hand on the ball. Ello just was caught up in the air, and Enyart just did a great job defensively and didn't get the foul, which is huge.
Now the Trojans put on the full court press. They dump it down to Enyart. Now to Billmeyer. Across the middle of the court is Kroenke. They give it back to him. He'll shoot a three. That one's good. He needed that one.
Yes, he did. Kroenke. He sort of hesitated at first and then said, I got too good of a look. I've got to take it.
Too good of a shooter to think twice. And again, it's been a little bit of a tough stretch.
Yes.
Got to stay locked in. Short-term memory, if you will. Now 10 seconds left. Could be the final possession here of the first quarter. Good pass by Ray. Malachi Ransom for three. Tickles a twine. Rattles that one home, I should say.
Yes, he did. That rattled all out the rim.
Touched all of that one. Big-time three that put Chesterton up 4. Score is now 12-8 in favor of the Trojans. We'll be back here. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online, of course, at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. We got 3 games in the Duneland this evening. Of course, the one on your TV screens, as well as we got a pair of Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard updates. We'll get it to you Next break of the action.
That is awesome.
Busy night in the Duneland. Portage is at Michigan City. Valparaiso's at Maryville, a tough place to play. Maryville took Portage to the limit last Friday. Elevator screen there for Kroenke. And Crown Point is at LaPorte. We got the LaPorte game on the Region Sports Network as well as the Michigan City Portage game on our platform. So feel free to cycle around, throw up the triple box if you will.
How about it?
Have some fun. They swing it around now. Enyart.
And we got the Red Zone Network going on here.
Good, yeah,
huh?
a little. Got to cut it with our football terms.
Yes,
we're
I know,
into January. We got a full court press, some sort of, get a nice little basketball term we could work out here.
Oh.
That one nearly stolen away by TJ Ray. Again, well, good time for a Strachan Van Til hometown.
Here you go.
Scoreboard update. I think first quarter at Michigan City last time I checked. My phone would load. It is 9-5 in favor of the visiting Portage Indians. The unbeaten Portage Indians, while at LaPorte. I believe that's in the second quarter as Lake Central takes over 19-17 in favor of Crown Point.
Also high-scoring game.
Unbeaten Bulldogs, yeah. Two teams that got a lot of talent on both sides as well. Griffin at large, a big piece for LaPorte, an award winner earlier this week. And, of course, Crown Point, Dikembe Shaw, an absolute force of nature in the Duneland. Here's another one down low. But good charge.
Call right there. Number 2 on 22.
That's Basila. And more importantly, great work there by Enyart drawing the charge. Some of the best on best there. Down low.
It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Urban does with one of his top scorers.
And I think he'll turn to Ello, and he'll do just that. Basila will take a seat. Now his second foul matching his jersey number, and 22. Twos are wild. But a big-time second foul, and a great play there by Noah Enyart.
Yeah, great job establishing the position defensively and taking the hit.
Now Geller looks to dump it down low. Good defense there by Ello. Going to be a turnover. Try to get it down in there to Enyart.
Yeah, Enyart got caught up in the air on that one. Ello just gave him a little bit of a shove to make sure he didn't catch that pass, snuck that one by the officials.
Here's TJ Ray, junior guard. Been doing it for the Trojans for quite some time. What a pocket pass down low to Watts. Nice feed there by Caden Snyder.
Yeah, Caden Snyder.
Threaded the needle.
Yeah, that was just going there with it. You stole it from me.
Hey, man, these football terms.
That's
you can't
right.
shake them.
That was a great pass, great look. Nice take to the inside right there by Watts.
Beautiful. Absolutely.
And you notice Watts didn't hesitate to get into the contact right there, take the ball strong, and either make the basket or get the foul.
Watts gets the scoring started here in the second quarter. He's now up to 5 points in the game. He's leading the Trojans in that department. Someone who's known as cool, calm, and collected, especially in the big-time moments. And more importantly, at the free throw line here, converting on all 4 attempts.
Nice job.
14-8 now in favor of the visitors. A hot start was one of the keys to the game for Lake Central. Although they put some points up on the board. How do they follow this one up here in the second quarter? Now down 6.
Yeah, they've got to step it up here offensively.
Good to see Kroenke had 6 points in the first quarter. Now top of the key 3, short for Geller. Flying up for the rebound is Watts. He pushes the action. Guarded tightly by Aguilera. Now Schneider on the perimeter. Back to TJ Ray. And now Watts.
Yeah, a lot of ball movement here by Chesterton, trying to swing it back around, get an open look.
There's an open look for Watts. Good defense on the closeout, but Ello fights for it, but saves it right to a Lake Central defender. Here comes Enyart. Stops, goes into the contact of Snyder, throws it off the glass, no good. Rebound, Chesterton. Here's Picorni.
Yeah, nice job, Snyder, contesting that layup by Enyart.
TJ Ray, pocket pass inside to Watts. Now Ello bracing the contact. Gets that one to go.
Well, it looked like it got tipped on the way up, but Ello was able to finish it off.
Yeah, Enyart might have gotten a piece of that, but just too strong. It looks like we'll have a timeout here on the floor from Lake Central. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Back here on the Region Sports Network, 16-8 in favor of Chesterton. Again, a note to all the Chesterton viewers, George's original Euro spot is the presenting RSN game night coverage of tonight's Trojans versus Indians basketball game here on the Region Sports Network. Check out the menu online at georgeseurospot.com. Making us hungry once again.
Yes, they are. Ransom right there just playing some tight defense.
Ransom, a fun piece of the puzzle for the Trojans. It was awesome watching him Monday. They dump it down low. Lake Central does to Geller, guarded tightly by Ello. Back to the basket. We'll have a foul down there.
Looks like it's going to be on Ello.
Yeah, it will. His first. His first, team's second.
A lot of contact between the two. Looked like a couple offensive, defensive linemen going at it right there.
Just kind of banging down there.
Yes.
Two big guys working hard. Now Geller for three. Nothing but net.
Splash down. Big bucket for Lake Central. Get him off the snide here. Took them 3 minutes and 30 seconds to get the first points in the second quarter.
Still only a 5-point game. Anybody's ball game here. Midway through the second quarter, Geller, a 27% three-point shooter. His first bucket of the ball game, a big one.
Yeah, and definitely some big points for Lake Central when Inyart's on the bench.
Now here's Ransom attacking the teeth of the defense. He'll get it back out to Picorni. Picorni has that lone three in the first quarter, and that's it. Almost 16 points a game he averages.
Oh, great defense here by Lake Central.
Ray, pick and roll, no good there.
Good defense leads to a turnover right there. Bad pass, bad entry pass down to Schneider.
Try to get it to the 6'7" forward, could not. Lake Central takes over.
How do you overthrow a 6'7" guy?
Craziers happen.
When it hits the backboard.
Yep. Just got to flush it. And we move. The Tribe takes over. Dribble handoff here. David Aguilera trapped in the corner. There's Kroenke back in the ball game. I mentioned a really good golfer as well. Could teach you a couple things. Inside pass, no good there from Lake Central. Rebound fought for. Kroenke on the floor, saves it. Here's Billmeyer up with the contact. Layup's no good.
Oh, they're calling the charge.
Big time call there down low. That time I believe that was Ray drawing the foul.
Yeah, great job by him. And Billmeyer picks up the foul, his first, team second. Now that was a 50-50 call. You could have been, you'd be happy either way with it.
A big time swing here. Now with 3 minutes to go, Schneider now open three from the corner, rattles that one home. Good shooting so far from the Trojans.
Yes. Only averages 2 points a game.
Couple threes thus far for Chesterton. They're third of the ball game, first in the quarter. Under 3 to go. Trojans back up by 8. That ball fumbled out of bounds. It'll go the other way.
Yeah, a little bit too much mustard on for Geller to corral that one in.
Looks like Picorni will take a seat. Back in is Cooper Hewig, the sophomore. Again, a deep bench the Trojans have. Gunarello given some good minutes. Malachi Ransom as well, a spark plug. Couple moves on the perimeter. Good defense from Aguilera.
Well, Chesterton's got to weather the storm without their best scorer out there, Basella.
Corney as well. Here's Ransom, mid-range jumper. That one's off the mark. Rebound Aguilera. Coach Sexton demands his boys to slow it up. And Bradley Basila, sorry, Jay.
I was just going to say, they've only scored 3 points so far in the second quarter.
Evan Geller, kick ball there on Schneider.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to get Inyard on the block right there.
2:02 to go here in the first half. Well, Jay and I will break it on down with a special guest here at halftime after the Commissioner's corner. Rebound goes to Chesterton. Here's a three for the Trojans, all off the mark. That time by Ray. Unlike him, a 49% three-point shooter coming into this one. Now here's Billmeyer, tries to split the defenders, cannot. Steal goes to Schneider. Excuse me.
Yeah. Coach Urban, same thing. Wants it to slow it down here.
Here's Ransom handling the duties. Now Ray steps through. Ello on the block, embraces the contact, plus the foul.
Boy, that's just a strong take right there to the basket.
I really like his game.
Yes. Jay. He is physical inside both ends.
I think he's obviously, given the personnel of Chesterton, you got the senior Schneider and you got a budding superstar sophomore in Basilo. But, I mean, you look at the play of Ello, only a junior as well, and it just gives you some minutes that
and you get those minutes inside to give your big guys a rest and rotate them through.
Free throw rattles off the mark. Could not convert on the three-point play, but some good minutes from the junior. He's up to 6 points, 4 in the quarter. Lead back up to 10 now for the Trojans.
It just doesn't seem like Lake Central can get into a flow of offense.
Here's Kroenke on the dribble handoff. We'll get it to Enyard in the corner. Tries to go baseline. Cut off by Ello. Now Geller. Pump fake. Can't find the cutter. Good defense from the Trojans here thus far. We'll get it to the corner. Swing it around. Kroenke now. Spin move. About a 20-second possession and counting here for the Tribe. And another miscommunication there between Geller and Enyard this time.
Yeah, 36 seconds left. Another unforced turnover by Lake Central. Again, no rhythm offensively. Just sort of reminds us of the second half against Valparaiso.
Coming into that game against Crown Point, the Trojans only gave up 42.2 points per game. So this is a team that plays a heck of a lot of defense, and they're doing it here tonight. TJ Ray back in the ball game for the Trojans. Excuse me, Picorni. Now Ello on the wing. They'll swing it around. Picorni now to Ray.
Nice ball movement by Chesterton, but also great defense by Lake Central, not allowing any penetration.
Get it to the corner to Picorni. Only 3 points thus far, guarded by Billmeyer. Down low to Ello, up strong, no good. Putback cannot fall. Rebound Lake Central. That'll do it here for the first half. But the Chesterton Trojans, big first half nonetheless, 21-11 in favor of the visitors. We'll be back here after the Commissioner's Corner. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
What's up?
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
A special state runner-up ranking recognizing Mason Thompson for her historic 2025 cross.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, Here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome into the Commissioner's Corner, our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. I'm Brendan King. Paul, always great to be with you. And hey, this last week, snow, ice, that was the name of the game. And, I made this comment, Paul, on Indiana Sports Talk. I was pleasantly surprised with how many games that were actually played last weekend. That's a credit to all the essential workers, the folks at every community school, the teams, the referees. I think we got a lot more action than anticipated. How about you?
Well, we did. And, ADs does such a wonderful job of preparing their communities. And it's like anything else. Next person up, we're going to fix it. We're going to go. And so some games were moved to Friday night to get out in front of the storm. Some games were moved to earlier in the day to try to get out in front of the storms. And then once the weather got here, we watched it snow for several hours, and I do want to give a great shout out to our essential workers that, the police, the people who remove the snow, the city workers, so many people work hard within their communities, the custodial staff at each high school that gets schools ready to go and ready to open back up. And they do a great job. And without all of those essential people, we wouldn't be able to participate anytime this week. But we're getting ready to turn lights back on and go play some more games here the rest of this week.
Yeah, just to follow up, I think that's just a good reminder and example, no matter what sport it is, whether it's in the fall with thunder and lightning with football or, getting around with the snow in the winter. There's a lot of moving parts in all these situations, Paul, that have to go right, and people need to do great jobs to make these things happen.
No, absolutely. It only starts with a phone call to say we need to move a game, but then you have to reschedule buses. You also have to make sure that you can find officials to cover the contest if you move it to another date. There are just so many things that go into changing an event, changing a game. And again, it's a tribute to the great people in Indiana who do this work.
All right, Paul, let's talk shop with the girls basketball pairing show happening. Girls basketball state tournament sectionals coming up. Great time of year this February. Anticipating a good tournament.
Yeah, we are. We had a great draw show on this past weekend, and, we're ready to roll. They say at this time of year where I come from, the hay's in the barn. They've had their tune-ups, they've worked hard, and now they're going to see if all that work this year leads to success in the tournament. And some of the things it will not. We know that. So half the teams in Indiana get beat on the first night, but, one thing we're so proud of are the enduring lessons that stay with our teams and the things that they learn with an education-based coach that lead them through the rest of their life.
A couple weeks ago, Paul, we were talking about the girls wrestling state finals and how much of a success that was. Boys wrestling coming up. So how do you guys look at what you did with girls wrestling and apply to what's coming up with the boys wrestling side?
Well, I think, we certainly see the successes of the girls tournament, and, the boys have enjoyed that success for quite a while. And so, I think it kind of works the other way for us. I mean, we look at what we've done in the boys season traditionally, and we've applied that to the girls, but we also have to make sure we recognize the difference in each sport. And certainly the boys tournament's different than the girls, and they each have their own their own day. And we're ready to run a boys tournament kicking off this Saturday. So there'll be a lot of great wrestling across the state come this Saturday.
And coming up within the next month, the boys and girls swimming state tournaments, state finals coming up just in less than a month. I think swimming and diving, one of the more unique things that you guys do, and one of the more special things that you guys do. Can you talk about the process of getting everything reserved for the swimming and diving state finals and what that means to you?
Well, first of all, Indiana is blessed with incredible athletic facilities. That's just what we do in Indiana. And the Natatorium at IU Indy's campus is second to none when it comes to a facility, and our kids get to celebrate their state championship there. And so Carrie Rosati in our office is actually, I left her office a little bit ago. She's working hard on her swimming tournament coming up here, and we're excited to be able to offer that. And one of the things about our boys and girls swimming is there's almost every year another Olympian born. That comes through our state tournament, and we're excited to see who the next person is going to be that may be an Olympian for us in the future.
Paul, stay safe with the weather. Always appreciate the time. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Brendan. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro Spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro Spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro Spot.
Back here on the Region Sports Network, again, a big shout out to George's Original Gyro Spot for doing what they do, dine-in, pick-up, or drive-through. Call 219-926-5435, the original George's Gyro Spot. 21-11 in favor of Chesterton. Mike DeWan's here. Jay Simmons is here.
Yes,
now
we
we
are
joined by a long-time, the former Lake Central head coach, Dave Malozic. What's up, Coach?
Thanks for having me.
We're very good to have you. Coach, so far to this first half, some great Duneland basketball all throughout the region, of course. We got a good one here. The Trojans now up 10. What have you seen?
Yeah, we do. If you're a fan of defense, this is a good one to watch. And I think both coaches, both teams' defense has been excellent. Obviously, Lake Central only putting up 11 at this point in time. A little concerning for them, but both teams' defensive effort has been fantastic.
All right, so, Coach, if you're in the locker room right now and you're Coach Sexton, what are you telling your players for Lake Central? What can they do in the second half?
They had a few looks that need to drop for one. They get a lot of their offense out of post feeds, whether it's scoring or kicking out threes. But unfortunately, Chesterton doesn't have to double them. I think Geller and Enyart are going to have to score down there one-on-one for them. They're not going to have the kickouts. They're not doubling. They're not digging. They're not helping. And both teams have been struggling with just dribble penetration. Credit both teams on ball defense.
That's right. I was just going to say.
You know as well as I do. I mean, if you want to score points, you got to dribble the ball in the paint. And both teams have just been phenomenal on the ball. So, fun game to watch as an ex-coach. I love the defensive effort out of both teams, but it's going to come down to trying to get some paint points, whether it's off the bounce or post feeds.
All right, what do you think about Coach Urban? What is he telling his players? And a former co-worker here at Lake Central with you, what is he saying to his guys in the locker room? What can they do to maintain this lead, if not also to extend it?
They had a few finishes at the basket, I think, that they want to drop. Their ball movement's been really good, but I don't think you'd be very happy with his screening at this point in time. There's guys getting over screens. You know, he's trying to spring some shooters loose, but credit, Cooper Cronke's probably, a guy that's not talked about enough. His on-the-ball defense is just phenomenal.
Yes.
And T.J. Ray is one of the best shooters in Northwest Indiana. He hasn't had a sniff tonight, and Cooper Cronke has done a fantastic job on him. Logan Picorni is a kid that's an excellent basketball player, and they're locking him up. And Crown Point Chesterton really needs to hit threes to get rolling. Now, Basila sat out the second quarter, but, credit Lake Central. They're guarding the three-point line very, very well.
Thank you for joining us, Coach. Appreciate you for coming up here, breaking down the first half for Coach Malozic.
Anytime.
For Mr. Jay Simmons. Yes, sir. We'll be back here with the second half. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you heard? Strachan-Manteau was voted Best of the Region 2025 in several categories, including Best Caterer, Deli, Flower Shop, Food and Grocery Delivery, Fried Chicken, Place to Buy Produce, Place to Buy Seafood, Loyalty Program, and Grocery Store. We're proud to be recognized by our community, and we're committed to continuing to deliver the variety, value, and convenience you deserve. See for yourself what it means to be the best when you shop at Strachan-Manteau.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's Insurance Professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Back here on the Region Sports Network, again, big shout out to former Lake Central boys basketball coach Dave Malaznik, for joining Jay and I.
Yes.
Knows a thing or two about the game. Made your job a little bit easier.
Yeah, how about it? I like it. Hey, I passed it off. I got the assist.
You did. You had a couple assists there. The great Jay Simmons. Still dropping dimes in today's day and age.
Coach Malaznik, head coach from Lake Central from 2004 to 23, so a 19-yard stint right there.
Definitely, like you said, course as well. Of course, no Coach Urban as well. The
Yes.
great things he's done there and the great things he's doing now. But right now in the present day and age, he's up by 10 points against the Tribe as we start the third quarter. Again, thank you all for joining us. We got Strack and Van Til scoreboard updates as well. A busy night on the Region Sports Network and especially the Duneland Conference. Bradley Basillo back in the ball game after those 2 fouls and gets the party started with the quick
Yes,
deuce.
he does, and he got the ball right on the block, just like Coach Malaznik said. If Chesterton or you can get that ball on the block and make some points, it's going to be a long night for Lake Central.
Enyard throws one up, no good. Here comes Chesterton.
And your tough shot, defense all over him.
Here's Watts from the corner. That's long. Rebound corralled by Schneider. And Aaron pass dropped down low, but it'll stay down here. Try to fit it in the right.
We've got a Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. Crown Point 29, LaPorte 25. That is at the half.
We also got another game going on as well. A very interesting score, though, nonetheless.
Yes.
We got an audio game at the moment. We'll have the video coming out after the game's conclusion. Portage up 23-21. Threes off the mark there from Chesterton. That game is in the second quarter. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Again, Duneland standings, 2 unbeatens in the conference. That one nearly stolen away from Chesterton. Portage and Crown Point still 3-0, sitting atop the conference. A big game on Monday between Chesterton and Crown Point, which
definitely
rearview mirror.
This game right here. I mean, this kid. If Chesterton wins, they can stay close to the 2 that are running away with it, or they could fade away. If Lake Central loses, they sort of fade away. Lake Central wins big tonight, then they get back into the hunt.
Geller's 3 was off the mark from the wing. Now Basila down low, guarded by a couple Indians, but a foul there. Now who's it on? I think that will be on Geller, and it is. Want to be the team's first. And Geller's first as well.
So Enyard so far in the game stayed clean in terms of fouls, I think, right?
Believe I got him down for 1.
Okay, 1, but that's pretty good for this point in the game.
They're going to need him. They want to try and put some points up on the board, but right now it's been Bradley Basila with a quick 4 points, his first 4 of the evening.
He's putting the team on the back in the second half here and saying, I'm taking over, baby. I sat long enough.
Yeah, was not probably content with having an abbreviated second quarter with those 2 fouls. Now Geller, guarded tightly by Basila. Basila switches on to Bill Meyer, and he'll draw his 3rd foul of the ball game. A tough one there, well in the perimeter.
Yeah, definitely 20 feet from the basket. Why are you picking up a foul all the way out there?
Now could be decision time as well. Looking at the bench, I think he'll stay in with 6:06 to go here.
I think Coach Urban's going to say he's a smart enough player that Enyard with a wide open look right there lays it in.
Faked the dribble handoff, got to the cup there, and a smooth finish from Enyard. Now a 3 underway from Snyder. Short fought for and recovered by Basila. Working really hard. Hard to believe he's only a sophomore. Quite the bright future for that young man. Here's Picorni. Snyder look for an entry pass to Basila. They'll get it down. Good hands there by Enyard. Ball might have been kicked and then fought for by Martinez, but recovered by Watts. He looks to push the action. He'll kick it to Ray and slow things up. Now Caden Snyder, dribble handoff to Picorni. Slow start for him in the scoring department. And nearly puts an end to that, and he does. Good putback there after the tough miss.
Well, boy, we just jumped up and seemed like it hit off the top of his hands and bounced back into the basket.
Just kind of slapped that. It looks like it'll be a timeout on the floor, that time by Lake Central. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside here as well. This is game night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
I ask that you do not go away at the conclusion of tonight's game. We have 3 awards to hand out, Jay and I do. The Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, the Insurance Professionals, the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, Earn While You Learn with Boilermakers Local 374, and the proud to be Union Play of the Game made possible by Ironworkers Local 395. Who doesn't like some good hardware?
Oh, yeah. Still haven't really nailed down that play of the game yet.
They come in many different shapes and sizes.
Yes,
Last time we
do.
were here, it was a defensive play, and there's a good one there by Kroenke. Then nearly taken away, fought for. That's going to be out on Enyart. Good hustle there by Ello after the steal from Kroenke.
Well, both sides really scrapping for the ball right there. That one was a 50-50 ball. I thought it might have been off Ello's leg.
And offense has just been tough to come by here from Lake Central. Just seems like good looks are tough to come by. It's not like they're missing shots. Compared to Chesterton, who's getting some prime time looks like that. As Ello now another bucket, up to 8 in the ball game.
Boy, he's having a heck of a game tonight.
And Basila on the bench with those 3 fouls. In comes Gunnar Ello.
Yeah, so Ello just picking up the pace right there. A little kick. Good defense, though, by Chesterton.
Tried to get that pass in, was Enyart. Lake Central averages 57.7 points per game. Coming into this one.
Going to be tough to get there.
Got to do some work. Try and at least get back in this ball game, which now has been a 16-point cushion for the Trojans. Ball will stay down here after knocked away from Aguilera.
But like Coach Malaznik said at halftime, both teams are playing great defense.
Yeah, these two teams go at it. They got some great perimeter defenders and great pieces down low as well. And mostly staying out of foul trouble. Obviously the big piece on either side is the 3 fouls from Bradley Basila.
Doesn't seem like they're missing a beat offensively, though.
No. Curl from Martinez. They'll get it to Enyart. Guarded by Snyder now in the post. Tried to pull the chair. He'll draw the foul. That time on Caden Snyder. Going to be his first. His first, team's second.
Good. And you're trying to take off the dribble, get some points, create some offense. Seems like it's just going nowhere for Lake Central.
Two teams that could shoot the ball very, very well. The Trojans lead in that department here tonight. Lake Central only 2 threes, one of them by Kroenke, the other by Geller. Lake Central a 35% three-point shooting team. Might be a way to chip into this lead. The tough shots are tough to come by against this Trojan group. Good defense by Picorni on Kroenke.
Yeah, especially Chesterton. Boy, they extend that defense all the way out past the three-point line.
Bill Meyer on the dribble handoff there and a foul on Schneider.
That's
contact down the, he'll go to the line.
I think that's his second, Schneider.
You got it. Well, now you're actually going to call that one on Ello, which may also loom large, who's given some great minutes. His second, team's third here with 3:36 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Chesterton seems to be weathering the storm here with their top scorer on the bench. Oh, he's coming back in. As soon as I said, he comes back in.
Couple pieces coming for the Trojans. Again, a very, very deep team, as Coach Sexton of Lake Central mentioned, compared to what the Tribe's rotation looks like. But 3 come out, 3 come in. As the free throw's good there from Bill Meyer, 2 for 2 for the Trojans coming in. It looks to be Hewig, Basila back in the game, and Jalen Watts, as well as Ransom.
Kroenke all over it, causing a turnover.
He is so fun to watch. Just if you're just a fan of defense, man, there are not a lot of defenders out there, at least in the perimeter aspect.
Yeah, definitely. In defense in basketball, it is all heart.
It is tough to find somebody as just relentless as Cooper Cronky, at least in the Duneland. Prides himself on that end, is not a bad shooter as well. Plus 8.8 points per game for the senior guard. And now baby hook just rims out. Good look there.
He's had some good looks. He just hasn't been able to get him to go in.
One of the better looks of the night for the Tribe. Now here's Ransom on the other end of the floor. Tries to throw it to Basila. No good. Here comes Lake Central. And then some contact there from Hewig. That time on Cronky. It'll be team's fourth now.
Yeah, that's one positive for Lake Central. After this one, they'll be going to the free throw line. Got to make hay when the clock is stopped.
So they'll be shooting from here on out in the quarter with the next foul. 29-15 in favor of Chesterton. It's been a slugfest once again. This time the Trojans just making a few more plays on both ends of the floor. They get it in, fought for there. Enyart comes up with it. They swing it around Bill Meyer, back in the corner from Cronky. Here's Martinez off the bouncy
travel.
walk.
Again, Chesterton defense tight all the way out. 3 or 4 steps past the three-point line, causing a turnover right there.
Hello gets it in to Malachi Ransom, a junior guard. North of 7 points per game, guarded tightly by Cronky. And that time another turnover forced, and Aaron Pants pass. Here comes Lake Central. Layup's good there from Bill Meyer.
Great defense leads to some easy points for Lake Central. Let's see if they can get it going.
Full timeout from Coach Urban for Chesterton. We'll step aside here as well. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Back here on the Region Sports Network for a pair of Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard updates. A good run brewing at LaPorte. The Slicers, 2 minutes left in the third quarter, up 40-35 over the Crown Point Bulldogs. Watch out for that one atop of the Duneland, as well as another game on the Region Sports Network. In the third quarter, Portage up 36-23 over Michigan City. That one just started the second half. That game's an audio broadcast. It'll be the full video will come out after the event's conclusion.
Cooper Cronky picks up the foul right there.
Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome. A tight defense. Gets called for the hand check. That's his second. Team second.
4 on Chesterton, so Lake Central will be shooting the rest of the way here with north of 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter, trying to claw back from this 12-point deficit. Here's Jalen Watts, gets it to TJ Ray. And then stolen away by Cronky again. And then tries to throw one up. Good defense tracking back from Ray. And then Chesterton gets right back. Good hustle there after the turnover from Ray. Another steal forced by Cronky. Now how can the Tribe cut this to 10 points or possibly single digits? Enyart now in the corner, guarded tightly by Hewig, and he'll go to the line.
And this is big time right here for Lake Central. They need to hit these free throws, score points when the clock is stopped, when you're down by 12.
Looks like Picorni will check into the game for Chesterton. Out comes Ello. Some good minutes nonetheless. Up to 8 points in this ball game. I believe that foul. He will be shooting. That is the team's fifth. I presume that was picked up by Hewig, which that would be his second. And again, the tribe in the bonus for the rest of the way.
The substitution issue?
I think they tried to check in a little bit early.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to wait until after he shoots the first one.
Enyart will go to the line, a chance to cut into this lead. First free throw's good. He's up to 5 in the ball game. Now he could sub. Try to jump the gun, all good. Enyart's second shot, a 72% free throw shooter, gets them both.
Yeah, Chesterton going with the smaller lineup right here. Basella is the only guy over 6'5" out on the floor for the Trojans.
Definitely some lineup flexibility with this group. Again, Basila's not afraid to handle the ball as well. Guarded tightly by Enyart. Hand off to Ray. Ray hesitation, caught in no man's land. Throws it across court to Hewig.
Oh, foul right there. It's going to be
on Kroenke. Nearly stolen away there, too, but it'll be his third, Jay.
If you're Coach Sexton, do you take him out at least for the next minute and 10 seconds and make sure he doesn't pick one up before the fourth quarter?
I don't think he will.
And you're
got to be smart here.
Yep.
Here's Basila now against Enyart. Pump fake, puts it right back up. No good. Flying for the board is Kroenke. Fought for by Basila. He's got to be careful as well. Here comes Lake Central. Martinez, crossover. Goes up with the left hand and good. Whew.
That looks like it could be one of our plays of the game. The little crossover.
That was pretty from the sophomore. That was a senior move, though, if you will. And we got 3 awards to hand out. That might be one of them. The Proud to be Union play of the game by Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you could become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. Good candidate there, but cannot convert on the 3-point play. But now an 8-point cushion. Lake Central clawing away.
Just nibbling at it.
Kroenke playing tight defense again. He'll pick up his fourth. I think.
Maybe a block. Coach Sexton gamble.
And it will.
And lost.
So that is a big, big swing. The 4th foul on Lake Central's best defender. First free throw from Ray, no good. Looks like Kroenke will still stay in the ball game with 35.8 to go here in the frame. I got to imagine, I don't know what his assignment now becomes here, Jay, going forward, at least for the early parts of the fourth, if he does play the early parts of the fourth.
I would think that he would be taken off the main bulk, the main dribbler to point guard, however you want to put it.
Second free throw is good from Ray. 30-21 in favor of Chesterton. Under a half a minute to go. Enyart now on the perimeter. We'll have an offensive foul. That time, I think that was picked up by Billmeyer.
Yeah, moving screen away from the ball.
It will be his second. Trojans now in the bonus.
Looks like Kroenke checks out and Geller checks in.
Could be the final possession for either side of the quarter. Here's T.J. Ray. He'll get it to Watts. Back in the ballgame, Caden Schneider. And that one taken away by Aguilera, then snatched right back by Watts. 5 seconds left. Hesitation, goes up with the reverse layup, tries to rattle it home, but the putback's good from Schneider. A big-time bucket to end the third quarter for the Trojans.
Wow, nice little take away for Chesterton, and gets 2 points right as the buzzer sounds.
The Trojans are up 11. Fourth quarter's up next. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Back here from Lake Central High School, you're watching Chesterton Trojan basketball on the Region Sports Network, presented locally by George's Original Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Dine-in, pick-up, or drive-through. Call 219-926-5435, the original George's Gyro Spot. Well, the Trojans are up by 11 here. Lake Central looks to cut into this lead here with 8 minutes to play.
And big key for Lake Central, Kroenke on the bench for a while.
How will they respond without one of their top perimeter defenders, if not the top? 4 fouls to his name. Enyart goes up strong, tough shot there. And a foul there, stopping the fast break, but a quick foul picked up that time by Geller.
Yeah, Geller, Chesterton had some numbers, big time going on. Enyart thought there was a foul on the play at the basket, but no call.
32-21, another low-scoring affair.
It seems every time we show up at Lake Central, it's a low-scoring affair.
We've seen some kind of similar traits. In that last game against Valparaiso, which that's a sweltering defense as well. Good defense there by Lake Central, forcing it the other way.
Yeah, Schneider again trying to thread the needle right there. Unsuccessful this time.
Tribe's just trying to get the lid off the basket a little bit. Been some great defense nonetheless, though, by Chesterton. Again, sometimes it's just tough to get a quality shot up on both these defenses.
Yes.
Here's Enyart now handling the guard duties. Aguilera guarded by Ransom. Now swinging around, Christian Martinez getting some elevated minutes here. Geller for 3. That's off the mark. Rebound, Enyart skying 4 and drawing the foul, that time on Watts.
Yeah, good hustle by Enyart right there. Saw the shot go up, just crashed the boards and picked up a foul. Going to be Chesterton's first.
Chesterton's first, Watts is first. So Malachi Ransom will check out of the ball game as the Trojans now look to go a little bit bigger after that second chance attempt. Basila comes back in the ball game. Bradley Basila, that is. He's got 3 fouls, so watch out for that. Enyart now on the perimeter. Dribble drive, double clutch layup, plus the foul.
Yeah, it looks like that's Picorni right there picking up the foul. See if he can complete the 3-point play here.
Yeah, it will be Picorni, only his first, but the team's second now, just a little over a minute into the fourth quarter. Enyart hoping to convert on the 3-point play. He does. He's up to 9 points this evening. He might need to flip that switch here in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
They're down by 8. Basila now on the elbow, back to Schneider. Dribble handoff to Ray. He'll kick it inside to Basila. Actually, going to be a foul on the floor. That'll be a good foul. Given a primetime look, Basila came up with not long after.
Yeah, Basila was point-blank range. Had the easy put up and in. Good foul by Enyart right there. Only his second. Team second.
Thank you, Jay. Here's TJ Ray, and that one taken away by Aguilera. The Indians put together a run, a fast break, reverse layup, rims out. Fought for, who's got it? The Trojans do. TJ Ray on the break. Guarded by Martinez, he'll swing it to Schneider.
Yeah, TJ Ray, good job of pulling it back.
Picorni now trapped initially on the baseline, tries to step through, finds a cutting Schneider. Nice pass there from Picorni. Easy two.
Yeah, Picorni to Schneider. Great job by Schneider cutting to the basket away from the ball.
Back to a 10-point lead. How do the Indians chip away at this one?
It seems like they get it to 8, and then all of a sudden it pops back up to 10 or 12, and then they get it back to 8, pops back. So it just seems like they just can't break in under that 8 points.
Needs one of those runs. Martinez to Aguilera. Dribble drive, spin move, up amongst the trees, no good. Going to be a foul on the floor. It'll go the other way.
Looks like that is 42. Evan Geller picking up the foul. His third, team's third.
So 2 numbers to watch out for us. Now a man with 4 fouls, although an instant impact when he's on the floor, Cooper Kroenke. But 1 foul will end his night early. He'll handle the point guard duties, guarding the point guard, that is, of TJ Ray.
You got to be smart out there.
Basila now gets it to Schneider. Tries another dribble handoff that time. No luck there. Fought for. Going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Trojans.
Good job defensively swarming Basila as he's getting onto the box. Lake Central defense just swarms all over him, caused the jump ball.
They'll dump it down to Basila against Enyart. Spin move by the sophomore. Goes up with the right hook and gets that one to go.
Got a little spin left, spin back right.
Made me dizzy.
Flips it on up there.
Basila's up to 6 points all here in the second half. It's hard to believe that is not a sophomore move there, Jay.
No, it's not.
Or moves, we should say. Martinez, dribble handoff to Aguilera. Now Kroenke at the Lake Central logo.
Lake Central's got to start moving with some sense of urgency on the offensive end.
Kroenke gets the screen. That one's tipped by Snyder. Rebound by Enyart. Embraces the contact. That one maybe swatted away by Watts. Rebound goes to Chesterton. Here's Basila. And a timeout there, a good timeout there from Coach Urban. Be a full timeout as well. We'll step aside here. Trojans up 12. 4:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops. When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Strack Van Til scoreboard update for you Duneland basketball fans. The Crown Point Bulldogs got out to now a 3-point lead with 3 minutes to go over LaPorte in the fourth quarter. Another game on the Region Sports Network. The live video will premiere at the event's conclusion. 48-39 in favor of another unbeaten in the Duneland, the Portage Indians. That game just entered the fourth against Michigan City. Now in front of us here, Chesterton up by 12. Could have been 14 there. But a missed dunk by Basila. That time on the other end, Bill Meyer gets the layup. Big swing there.
Oh, big mistake right there by number 22, Basila. Trying to go for the highlight play of the game and comes up a little short. Looks like he jumped a little too soon, Mike.
Looks like I heard we were looking for a play of the game. Trying to put an exclamation point there. That time a tough layup. No good. Rebound Lake Central. Leads back down to 10. Now under 4 to go. And another miscommunication saved by Enyart. That was close.
Yes, it was. Looks like the Keystone Caps out there.
That's one of your favorites. Good move. Bill Meyer coming alive here in the fourth. Good take there by the senior forward.
Wow, what a take on the baseline by Bill Meyer. Cuts it down to 8. Let's see if Lake Central come up with a big defensive stop here.
Now the gym's back a little bit more lively
yes,
here.
Yes, how about it? Wake them up.
But just north of 3 minutes left in this one. 3 underway for Chesterton, and good by Ray.
A dagger right there.
His first field goal of the ball game, believe it or not, 8.5 point per game scorer. None bigger than that one. Back up to 11. Kroenke in the corner, guarded tightly, skip pass to Bill Meyer. Deep 3, short. Martinez there from the volleyball line. And a tough pass there. Try to get it to the 6'7" Basila, but missed him.
Yeah, Ransom just a little bit too much heat on that one.
Fun night here at Lake Central. AAU night as well. Got a lot of Lake Central future basketball players all across the board.
All over the place in blue.
Martinez, another deep three. Good look there, but off the mark. Scrambled for. I think that'll go the other way. It'll stay down here.
Oh.
Be kind of 50-50 there. I think Watts ought to be going the other way. Going to be a timeout here for Lake Central. 30-second timeout. We'll stop and talk about this one, Jay. 11-point lead for the Trojans. It seemed like it's just been, like we said, been kind of hovering at this spot. Some unsung heroes for this Trojan squad. It's a deep team, Jay.
Yes, it is. And the nice thing is for the Chesterton Trojans is they got fresh legs out here late in the ball game, whereas Lake Central, they seem to be running out a little bit of gas because you've got to step it up here. You're down 11 points. They've got to step it up and play tight defense, try and force some turnovers, some missed shots, and push that ball up the court.
Leading the way for Chesterton in the scoring department is Gunnar Ello. He's got 8 points. Caden Schneider, he's got 7 to his name. And then Basila, he's got 6 despite battling some foul trouble. Pokorny's got 5. Watts has 5 for Lake Central. And still trying to chip away here. 2:29 to go. Some scoring and some big second half performances.
Yeah,
hopefully not too little too late here.
Gunnar Ello just playing a great game today. Filled in when Basila was out in that second quarter.
Enyart's leading the way with Lake Central with 9 points.
That's not a shocker for him to be leading the team in scoring.
Cronky's got 6. All of those coming in the first quarter. Bill Meyer having a good fourth quarter, good second half with 8 points to his name, all in the final 2 quarters. But 2:29 to go. Lake Central ball down 11. Skip pass here. They'll have Bill Meyer for a 3 off the mark. Rebound goes to Malachi Ransom. Good look there for Bill Meyer. Just
looked
off
like
the mark.
Pakonki might have gotten a finger on it.
Yeah, Bill Meyer, 42% three-point shooter. But no luck there. Kind of the team struggles to continue a little bit. Better night beyond the 3. Not some big shoes to fill. Watts with the right-handed layup. A tough finish there from the guard.
Yeah, definitely taking it right through the Lake Central defense. Chesterton playing a little full-court pressure.
His first
slowed the offensive end down a little bit.
Sorry, Jay's first field goal of the second half.
Yeah.
Is a big one. Under 2 to go. Ball's fumbled out of bounds. It'll stay down here.
I think from the officials' angle, they did not have a good view of it. I thought it might have been going to Chesterton.
Tries to get it inbound, swatted away that time by Watts.
With some great out-of-bounds defense by the Trojans.
1:41 to go. Lake Central's got to chase 13 here very quickly. Enyart in some trouble. Foul there by Basila.
Almost looks like a little bit of a bailout there for Enyart. Got caught in the air. Just had nowhere to go with it. Throw it up to the basket.
Coach Urban not a fan. Basila thought it was clean as well, but Enyart will go to the line after Basila's 4th foul, team's 3rd.
Coach Urban very enthusiastic on the sidelines.
Enyart's free throw is good.
I think a good word for him is animated on the sidelines. There you go.
I like that. Enyart goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. He's over double digits once again. Quite the senior year for number 33 in white. Got to do a bit more if they want to escape here with the win. That time some contact. Should be on the floor after the pump fake there from Watts. Foul will be on Enyart.
Yeah, Watts should have just continued up with the shot, but thought better of it to flip it to the outside.
Going to be a busy day on the Region Sports Network tomorrow as well. We got some games finishing up, so feel free to take a look at our feeds as the games kind of conclude. If you're a wrestling fan out there, sectionals begin tomorrow. Is that one taken away by Lake Central? As well as we might have some hoops and hockey action, so stay tuned. Come tomorrow. Turnover
maybe
there.
Maybe some weather pending on some of those.
Could be.
Yeah.
Sectionals now with wrestling, Jay. It's going to be a tough one to postpone. Big time layup there from Ray. 5 points here in the fourth. Looks like we had a stop. Might be a warning there on the sideline there from the animated Coach Urban.
Yeah, there you go. It's catching on.
It's catching on very, very quickly. That's funny. Up by 13 are the Trojans. Tough shot there from Bill Meyer. Rims out, rebound Watts. Fought for, going to be a foul on Enyart.
No, it's going to be on Kroenke. That's number 5.
No, you are right, Jay. So that'll end the night for the senior guard. His night finishes with 6 points all in the first quarter, but just more of that defense that can't really be measured with statistics and numbers.
Yeah, he is the key to the engine for the Lake Central Indians.
The heartbeat.
Yeah.
Definitely on the defensive end, but Watts will go to the line with a chance to really put this game on ice. First free throw is no good. Watts a couple trips to the stripe thus far. He's up to 6 points here tonight. Just a collective effort in the scoring department for the Trojans. Second free throw is good.
Now, if everything holds pat here.
Excuse me, 9 points for Watts.
Yeah, Chesterton will stay or advance to 3-1 in the Doolin, turning over a record to 13-3. Lake Central drops to 1-3 and 9-6.
Who do they got next? We got their schedules around here, Jay,
here.
Somewhere in our pile of papers.
Stack of paper.
Stack of paper. You come prepared.
I do. Hold on.
Oh, that's not it. Come on. I believe, again, it just kind of rattles off, though, Jay. Doolin matchup after Doolin matchup. Same time next Friday.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Somebody else.
Here we go.
Hit me.
All right, who you want to know?
We'll start with the Trojans.
Trojans are at home versus Michigan City. That's February 5th. That is next Thursday.
Yeah, I know kind of some weird dates because, of course, the girls tournament's starting. That Friday is going to be a big day. On the girls' side, be sure to look out for us in that department as well.
And Lake Central moves on to at Maryville.
Not an easy game, and one opportunity there now for Mr. Enyart. Foul will be picked up by, I believe that was on Watts.
Yeah, Enyart having a good night. Filling the cup up.
Big fourth quarter for Enyart, but
too little, too late.
Just may not be enough. Free throw underway. That one rims home. Sub coming in for Lake Central. This will be Quinn Carter, his first bits of minutes. Out comes Evan Geller.
Yeah, the first time we've seen Lake Central extend the pressure of full court.
Some other big games for the Trojans. Deep ball there to Picorni. They'll get it to Basila. And we'll have a foul there that time picked up by Bill Meyer. One big game to look out for on the 13th for the Trojans, the 13th at Portage.
Oh, that's going to be a
good one. Could loom large in the Doomlin.
Yes, it will. Couple Fridays.
As well as, of course, big-time rivalry on the 20th, that time at home against Valparaiso. Big games for the Tribe.
That's always a fun one. That place will be rocking.
Big games for the Tribe moving forward. We talked about.
I even circled it.
They'll be at Maryville for the 5th, at East Chicago on the 10th. And a big game at Crown Point on the 20th. 3-game road trip before their sectional starts. Sectional 1, that contains Munster, the Hammond schools, I believe Crown Point, while Sectional 2 is going to be a fun one because a couple Doolin schools. You got Valparaiso, you got Chesterton, you got Portage, Maryville, and Hobart. His first free throw from Basila is no good. But, again, we got the girls sectional starting next week, so
Mike,
a lot more basketball coming.
You're reading off some of those games, and you're looking at me like, are you already trying to schedule me in for these games?
You know me so well. We spend way too much time together. You just pick up on all my little tricks of the trade. Second free throw is good from Basila. Some insult to injury with the two-handed dunk.
Whoa.
That might be the play of the game there from Picorni.
Picorni elevated, two-hand slam.
Puts this game on ice. That one swatted away by Ransom. Rebound Lake Central. Entry pass to Enyart. 2-pointer's good. Big fourth quarter for the senior. Big man for Lake Central, but again, might be too little, too late. Under 15 to go. Coach Urban says hold it up. So looks like Jalen Watts will dribble this one out. And that will do it here from Lake Central. 47-35, the Chesterton Trojans get the win here. Jay, final thoughts?
Well, Chesterton couldn't have played a better game tonight. They bounced back after the tough loss to Crown Point, sort of a boost to them, and all of a sudden now you see Lake Central in a couple games skid here.
Yeah, Lake Central, again, they take, lost to Valparaiso.
I thought you needed the pin, I saw you.
This time last Friday, they dropped to 9-6. Again, as you mentioned, Jay, now they will be at Maryville next Thursday on the 5th, while a big-time bounce-back win for the Chesterton Trojans. They advance to 13-3, 3-1 in the conference, and they will take on Michigan City at home next Thursday. All right, Jay and I will crunch the numbers. We'll talk things over. We got 3 awards to hand out, and more importantly, some thank yous, some people to thank. So we'll be back here. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
At American Testing Services, based in Hobart, Indiana, we specialize in NDT drone inspections and heat treatment services for local mills, fab shops, and facilities across the country. From Northwest Indiana to nationwide, we deliver precision, safety, and reliability. American Testing Services, America's trusted name in NDT.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here on the Region Sports Network to wrap things up. 47-35 is your final from Lake Central High School. The Chesterton Trojans get the win. Again, they advance to 13-3, 3-1 in the conference. They will take on their next opponent is Michigan City on the 5th. Lake Central drops to 9-6, 1-3 in the conference. And they will be back in action next Thursday at Maryville. Again, big shout-out to George's Originals Euro Spot for making things happen tonight in Chesterton. Dine-in, pick-up, or drive-through. Call 219-926-5435, the original George's Euro Spot. Before we got 3 awards to hand out, Jay Simmons, we got some Strack and Van Til scoreboard updates in the Duneland.
You know, and the thing is, Mike, you're talking about drivers, you're talking about Strachan Tills. I'm starving here, Mike. You're killing me.
I know. We're home stretch here, baby. But hey,
let's do it.
2 big scores here on the Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strachanvantil.com. It was 40-35. LaPorte entering the fourth quarter. Crown Point gets the win, a big-time fourth quarter, 48-42. They remain unblemished in the Duneland Valiant effort from the host Slicers. That game has concluded, and you could watch that from start to finish on the Region Sports Network. And another game that's still kind of winding down currently in the audio version. The full game will be premiered on our sites after that event is said and done. But Portage taking on Michigan City, 60-53, a minute 10 to go in the fourth quarter, live from Michigan City. Portage also unbeaten in the conference. All right, 3 awards to hand out. We'll start with the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Jay, we'll start with the winning team with the Trojans. I'll tell you what, we were very, very impressed with the play of Gunnar Ello off the bench, although a quiet fourth quarter. 8 points, a lot of the dirty work down low, and especially being a big pick-me-up when those big guys got in foul trouble.
Yeah, when Basella got his second foul early in the second quarter. He played that entire second quarter, got his 8 points in that second quarter, also just was able to stop injured in that second quarter, and all of a sudden then that's when Chesterton opened up that lead, and they held on to it the rest of the game. You gotta like it when you got one of those 3 guys coming off. You got like a 3-headed monster over there. You got Gunnar Ello, one of the heads of that 3-headed monster coming off the bench and pouring in 8 points and getting you that big lead. And then also when you're sitting with your best player on the bench in terms of scoring, he's on the bench, and all of a sudden you get a guy coming off the bench. That just adds to the depth on this Chesterton Trojan team.
Now we shift it over to the Boilermakers, Local 374, Blue Collar Player of the Game, earned while you learn with Boilermakers, Local 374. Lake Central was led by Noah Enyart, had a big-time fourth quarter. Quiet first half, only 2 points. That number ballooned to a 14 second half total, 16 overall for the senior big man Enyart. Again, although another result that did not end in Lake Central's favor, a lot of positive to take away from this. A little bit of too little, too late.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, it's fun watching this kid play. Again, hoping to put together a fun end to his senior campaign.
Well, hey, Gunnar Ello wasn't out there in the fourth quarter, so Enyart made hay while he was on the bench.
Yeah, and doing so, again, even with Ello or with a very, very tough Chesterton front court, Enyart had a lot of success, especially in that second half. Try to will Lake Central back into the ball game.
Did. He took the ball and was trying to create off the dribble, got a lot of fouls on the inside, and was able to convert from the free throw line. Lake Central's got to come up with another piece for scoring. They just seem to be at a loss, especially when you're talking about hitting the three-pointer. They are just ice cold from out there, especially from the guard positions.
But this game was put on ice with our proud-to-be Union play of the game, a steal, and then a two-handed slam from Logan Percorny of Chesterton. That award was presented by Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you could become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com.
Yeah, Percorny picked the pocket,
if you will. Put the game on ice.
Yes, he did. A nice little two-handed jam. And for Percorny at 6'4", elevated straight up and just flushed that baby home.
Yeah, it looked easy, and it just about, as we said, really kind of salted this game away in what was a 47-35 victory for the Chesterton Trojans. Again, both these teams will be back in action next Thursday in the Duneland Conference. A lot of people to thank here on the Region Sports Network. We'll start with the management team. The executive producer is Chris Ramirez. The operations manager is Rich Castillo. The coordinating producer is Zach Miller. Our producer on site this evening was Nick Russ. For the coaches, Mark Urban of Chesterton and Ryan Sexton of Lake Central. And the school's respective athletic directors with Jeff Hamstra and Chris Enyart. And, of course, you, the viewers, on Facebook/Region Sports Nation, YouTube/Region Sports, the IHSAA Champions Network, and RegionSports.com, as well as for our guest analyst there at halftime, Dave Malosnik. Big shout-out to Coach Malosnik for breaking down the first half with us. And, of course, my partner here this evening, Jay Simmons. I am Mike Dewan saying so long from Lake Central. We'll have plenty more coming up here on the Region Sports Network throughout the next week and beyond. So stay tuned. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been a production of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Strack & Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Crowell Insurance Company, the insurance superheroes. Ironworkers Local 395, proud to be union. Four Seasons Mechanical, quality and comfort is our guarantee. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn. IBEW Local 697, proud to support high school sports. Bricklayers Local 4, the best hands in the business. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. The Right Group, the right way to buy and sell real estate. Mark Machnick, Chicagoland Tax Professionals. Blythe's Team Sports, where the athlete shops. And Hampton Inn, downtown Indianapolis. This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.